and welcome back to the US3 Podcast. It's been a while, lads. It's been a
little while.
And as you can see,
we're in a different set.
We're not in NClip anymore.
No.
There's not a TV on a microwave.
Can you say we've upgraded?
Yes,
definitely.
100%.
I think that's not
Standard
even
kitchens
in a question.
This is such a
They were nice.
such a good
They
venue.
were iconic Standish Christian, but this is an incredible venue, right? The
Joking aside,
Furnace
this is beautiful.
in Sheffield. It's a restaurant, a wonderful restaurant.
Yeah.
Reasonable
Yeah,
prices.
massively.
This Coke cost me £1.95. It was incredible.
£1.80 for
Was it?
orange juice and
Wow.
lemonade.
It's right by the high street. If you live in Sheffield, it's by the light cinema. So come and visit. It's a great place.
Come before or after your films.
Yeah,
Really?
Should we tell them how we managed to get this venue? Because what we can.
I think it should really say Furnace the home of the US3 podcast on their
It
thing
should,
now.
yeah, it should.
They advertise that, right?
It's in the works.
That's going to bring
It's in the
people
works.
in. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, Jonny Chick's sat in that seat. Let
Yeah,
me
I know.
smell it. He's going to smell
You know,
it.
you go behind like the scenes of football dressing rooms.
Yeah.
And, like he's sat there. They're gonna be on here like, Josh did that here.
When we're all famous, they're going to like corner off this place.
Yeah.
And they'll turn it into the
You
US3
know,
Museum.
like
Yeah.
Madame Tussauds. They're gonna have like figure works of us.
Just in this seat on the reserve.
We're so cocky.
Well, yeah, no, you got to back yourself.
We did back ourselves
Yeah.
in a charity live stream that we
I was gonna
did
say,
here.
before we
We
get
did
into
here,
it, just
it
say
was.
this is a Malia episode. I'll put a timestamp on the screen now, so if you're here for the Malia episode, you can skip that timestamp and
Don't
listen
worry,
to our story
we
about
didn't
Malia.
clickbait you.
Yeah,
yeah,
no, the Malia episode, you're going to get to know all about the Malia and all about what went on. I can tell you one thing that didn't go on. None of us shagged, but there we go. They didn't want me to say it, but I said it.
I'm
It didn't
fine with
happen,
them
so
saying
I'm
it.
backing it.
There's a timestamp going up there. It'll already be up there. Skip to that. You'll hear about the Malia podcast.
Down.
Right, so
Let's just talk about what we did in the summer.
what did we do this summer, guys?
Well, was the live stream before the year?
It was after. It was August. It was August 9th.
So the
wasn't it?
last episode we did was my
Was it August
Get
11th?
to Know
And what
Me,
episode that was, by the way?
which was
It
received very
episode.
well by
It
everyone.
was
Thank you
the
very
end of
much to
June.
everyone
That was
who
the end
watched.
of June.
Yeah.
We did
It was
that.
a great way to head off the US3 podcast.
It was. Thank
into
you
the
very much to
summer.
everyone who watched and supported. It got
And we just thought,
20 likes. It was lovely.
they're saying two things. It gives us a little bit of a break. We've been doing it for like 4 or 5 months and a bit of a creative break, come up with energy.
Yeah.
Two, we wasn't together, so we'd have to go back to the Zooms.
Well, we did talk about doing it on tour, didn't we? But because of the actual.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Another
That
Josh
thing-
Bailey idea that didn't happen.
That thing that we plugged.
Well,
that
no,
didn't happen.
technically, we worked on the event that we couldn't tell them about at the time, so we were doing that instead.
Exactly. I think we made up for it enough.
A lot of
that
energy
we-
went towards the charity
Nice,
live
yeah,
stream.
good.
It did, yeah.
Credit to anyone who puts on events, because that is a lot of effort for us.
yeah.
A lot of
Events
effort.
managers are incredibly
Yeah.
patient and talented
Yeah.
people, because that
Yeah.
was hard
Well, I don't know
work.
if we've got enough time to probably go. You could probably do a whole episode on just that morning.
Yeah, it
Of
was.
that event. That was
Everything that went wrong could.
one of
Yeah.
these smashed.
Yeah,
I was on the phone to
actually.
Kai, smash,
Smash.
and then phone
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
And Johnny didn't let me. Johnny didn't. Johnny, you didn't.
Oh,
Johnny
yeah,
didn't see right.
you're right. I was like, yes. Yeah, so we still got the mic.
And then the camera went
You think I
wrong.
go, oh shit, and then Johnny's like, right, sorry, gotta go.
The camera went wrong, didn't it? The camera went wrong, and
so much
we
wrong.
just.
But it was an amazing event.
Yeah, it was.
Credits to
It was.
everyone that came,
Yeah.
all the guests that came by themselves. They were incredible guests.
You might see some of them on the podcast in the future.
Yeah,
Might be getting
I
them.
believe you can still donate on the link.
Yeah, you can, yeah, you
To Play
can
Action
donate.
International.
We were given the
So-
task to raise how much? £5,000, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we raised £500.
But that's not to put down.
It was like 4.
But
That's
still,
not to put
that's
down the
incredible
fortune,
amount.
which is
I thought
fantastic.
a lot of money was from family and friends.
Basically, we
My
were the last
family and
resort, weren't we,
friends.
to raise the
No,
money?
no,
We were the
no,
last
no.
resort to raise the money, which is
Yeah,
why it
and
was so
we
much.
raised-
We did a lot. We did well.
Yeah.
We raised
It's
a
like-
lot.
and I think what people don't realise is the creators who came down. We didn't
All
pay
over.
them to come down.
No.
Or to come to Sheffield.
No.
They came from all over
They
the
actually
country
lost
as
money,
well.
really.
Yeah, they
They
lost
gave
money.
money to charity to come and be a part of the
Exactly,
show.
and then
so-
they donated all their money that they
Yeah.
got off the TikTok
Yeah,
live
we did,
streams
yeah.
to
Thank you
charity
to
as
all
well.
those.
So,
It was an
yeah.
incredible summer, and we just thought, a bit of a break for everyone, and we'll
Yeah.
come back stronger. We've got a great few weeks lined up, really.
We actually have,
All
yeah.
back with a
The
bang.
furnace.
Coldplay.
Oh,
Coldplay.
this man.
There's music
This
playing there. I
man.
don't know if you can hear it for the mics, but
How
Viva La
fitting.
Vida has just started
His
playing.
main
waiting for
personality
one-
trait is Coldplay, as everyone that knows him will know. And right now, if we put on a Snapchat, Coldplay, full of Bieber is even in the furnace.
In the gym.
everywhere.
In the gym, I would put it
In the gym, oh my god, it's in climax. And the man loves it.
It's
But,
playing at my AirPod. Oh, that's me playing it.
exactly. So yeah, no, but this is Coldplay.
This is-
Where were we? Yeah, no, yeah.
Sorry.
Hopefully, we will have the biggest guest ever that we've had so far on the US3 podcast, and we've had a couple.
Yeah, probably.
So the next 2 weeks, we're back with a bang. We're in a new arena. Let's call it an arena.
Stadium.
Technically, I've got a live audience because there's so many people in this restaurant right
You
now.
can't see behind the camera.
There's a business fair as well, isn't there?
You've got the
people in
most
suits.
professional people.
You'll probably see some of them
least
come up and down the
professional
stairs.
podcast.
Yeah, you'll see some of them come up and down the stairs in suits. Yeah, it's like a business
There's
fair.
like 20,
going on.
30 just dressed in suits, and here I am in my pink
Yeah,
t-shirt.
yeah.
But I think we're the only ones
Cheers,
dressed in
thank you.
t-shirts, I think, in there, aren't we?
But it's, here we are. That's really says a lot about us, really. We can check
Yeah,
it
massive.
That's how posh it is.
But yeah, so here we are, and it's the venue, and this is going to be a good year for the
is.
US3 podcast.
It
So I've got a
is.
good feeling.
Should we get on to Malia then?
I think we should.
Let's
Let's
do
get
it.
on to the
show.
So I think we planned this holiday ages before.
In January,
Like,
wasn't it?
when
January.
people,
It was even earlier. It was
when I
January.
told people like there were restrictions when we went out there, they were like, well, why did you book it for then? It was like we booked it in January. We had the idea of it about in like November
We didn't even
time.
book it for September in January.
No, we booked it for June.
End of June.
It was June
Guy
the
gave us a call,
20th, wasn't
he
it?
was like, Josh.
No, I rang John first because it was like middle of the night.
Yeah,
You were
don't you-
there,
don't
you
you
were
even-
asleep,
don't you
you were
even
asleep,
dare
you were
try that
asleep.
one.
I knew you'd be asleep. So it was
Leave me
like,
out again, that's fine.
it's like 1 a.m. and I rang John and was like, John, do you want to go on our holiday?
Yeah,
And we were like, oh, we mint cocktails by the beach.
exactly.
We
And
didn't
this
do-
is
we didn't do that
during
at all.
what the second lockdown.
Yeah, January
So-
on it, yeah.
Like you said, but to be fair to us, we thought by time that got to like
Yeah,
July, August, that like everything would be gone, right?
Yeah.
Because we originally had it booked for June, end of June.
June 20th, June 30th.
And-
we were
Yeah,
going for
exactly.
10 nights,
I
weren't
mean, and
we?
luckily
Yeah.
we didn't go because we would have missed the England-Germany game.
Well, yeah, that and everything was, we couldn't go. Like,
Well,
flights got
June, it was
cancelled
June
and
the
stuff.
21st that everything was meant to open again.
Yeah.
So we were a bit like worried about the FOMO of missing out on everyone
Yeah.
opening
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
And then it
Yeah.
turns out that got cancelled. We couldn't fly. And when did everything
Which, look,
open?
can I just
July
say,
the 19th?
bit of a letdown. Like when
What?
everything opened.
Yeah.
It was kind of like, it was
Yeah.
meant to be this huge event, everyone be buzzing.
It's because it got pushed back by
I was
more and
coming
more,
back
didn't
from
it?
I was coming back from holiday. I didn't actually go out on that 19th.
Yeah.
I went out on the
Like-
Monday, and it was the first time in the club, but it was just like, it was like, oh, okay, it's open now. Do you think it's because of the Euros? Like everyone, like the Euros, basically everything was open anyway,
Probably,
really.
yeah.
It basically
Probably.
was, yeah. I was gonna say everything was open bar nightclubs, really.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
right.
everything was open, and then I was like, oh, yay, and that was it.
Because yeah, fans were in stadiums at the
Yeah.
Euros, so that was back to normal.
Yeah.
So
So,
yeah,
I mean,
think it was that.
yeah.
We went mid at start of September. We ended up going, didn't we? In 5th of September, we moved it to. So we ended
12th.
up getting it cheaper. I don't know how we managed to get it cheaper in the end of
It
September.
would have
Because
been
we're
cheaper
gonna
if we
people.
booked it a week before
Yeah.
we actually flew.
Yeah.
But what people didn't realise was, I mean, it's not stuff you don't want to listen to, but like the testing,
No.
the forms,
Yeah.
just a lot of
It's
stress.
a lot of stress
lot
on
of
holiday in
stress.
COVID.
The holiday on paper cost us £400, but if you include all the
I
tests,
think it was like 320 or
you're
something.
looking,
Yeah,
it must have been about 600.
yeah we're
With all the
spending money,
tests and stuff
700,
and
yeah,
that.
spending money.
Jeez,
The,
I
the
don't want
bloody
to.
cabs.
I don't want
the
to.
cabs to CC.
I don't even want to think
So
about.
much
I
money
don't want
was
to think
spent.
about how much money was like withdrawing out of the ATM at the. What was it? Because we all took cash with us.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, how much you got left? Oh, this much, this much. Oh, we've got like 50 left. How many nights you got left? Like 3 or 4. Okay, ATM, like
Yeah.
€4 charge on the ATM. Withdraw out. Oh, the
Here's the
painful.
cabs.
So
It was
yeah,
the cabs, but there we go.
basically we'll explain
Yeah.
the situation in Malia. We'll explain the situation in Malia. So basically,
Yeah.
Malia was in a lockdown. The clubs weren't open. Everything shut at 1 a.m. Had a 1 a.m. curfew. So at 1 a.m. you could get a taxi 15 minutes to the left or 15 minutes to the right. You can go CC, which was, everything was open, or you could go to Scorpio Beach. Everything was open.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Scorpio Beach was all right.
No, I loved it.
I thought Scorpio Beach was
Oh,
great.
because you
was.
I was very drunk.
I was so bad. I went very well.
Yeah, I had a great time.
ill.
So it was full of Belgians.
Yeah, it
Belgians
was.
everywhere you looked.
Every
Oh my
person.
God, the
Because
Belgian apocalypse. Everyone was
we're
there.
really going off it, but it was when you went, oh, split up. Everyone split up and find one person sort of to each. I went up to this guy. Oh, Belgium, yeah. De Bruyne, Hazard. I was like, yeah. It's like, oh.
I was sitting there for about 20 minutes talking to this guy about cycling. And like we were cycling one name, we were like Van der Hut. It was
Gone
like
from-
20 minutes.
Gone from ice skating
Yeah.
to cycling.
Oh,
to...
we'll get onto that. But yeah, so basically it was a lockdown, really, wasn't it? Things were open till
1 a.m.
till 1
They
a.m.
legally weren't allowed to play
Getting shoulder
music.
cramp by the way,
Yeah.
like that. My shoulders really.
This.
It's
I'm,
you.
I'm going up and
I'm
down. I'm
just
going up and
chilling
down.
out.
like this.
I'm trying. I'm not looking at the camera really. Actually,
No, you don't,
Just kind of
do you?
keeping it as like a.
Yeah, mate. Okay. Anyway, let's actually. We were supposed to go
Yeah.
to Booze Cruise as well. We were going to do the Booze Cruise, which
chocolate.
everyone I've spoken to has recommended to. So if you're looking at this like for a tip, do the Booze Cruise. Apparently, it's amazing. But when we got there, it was open, wasn't it? It was allowed to do
The
it.
people with the easiest jobs in the world,
Yeah.
sitting in that room going, "Is the booze crew open?" No.
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 It's because of the
That
weather.
was
The
it. They
weather
got paid
was.
for that.
Lockdown, curfew at 1 a.m.
Yeah,
and they
weather
said- yeah,
was
they said-
cloudy till like the last few days, and
said-
the booze cruise was not there.
And they said it wasn't open because it was windy, but it was
No,
barely.
it was. It was
Oh,
when we
no,
went to the beach,
by
it
the
was
sea.
really windy.
Yeah.
The sea
It
was
was
So really,
windy.
on
yeah.
paper, to a normal folk, this holiday should have been proper rubbish.
But it was probably one of the best holidays we've ever been on.
But it wasn't
fucking
unreal.
hilarious.
As we have said, it wasn't a lads holiday, wasn't
No.
it? Really, it
No,
was.
not at all.
It
Well,
was
she didn't
definitely.
open down, she had to
It
sit down at
definitely
the bar.
wasn't a lads holiday. Really.
No, it definitely wasn't. But
It was fun.
when
It was fun.
everything in the area
Definitely
you're at,
wasn't.
everything in the area you're at shuts at 1. They legally weren't allowed to play music because when we were in some of the bars and the police come down, they must have had like people watching the roads going police, police, and then they just turned and like everyone sit down, music down.
This wasn't asked either.
No, they weren't. They weren't.
And then
But
every
that's what I
time
mean,
you
they-
left the club, the strip club man would be like,
Yeah.
come in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how they were allowed to open past 1 a.m. They just shut the doors and let everyone in then.
I think so.
know.
We didn't go in there, did we?
We didn't go in.
We
No.
wasn't even
We
tempted.
didn't have the money to go in.
Yes,
No,
good
yeah.
point, yeah.
Yeah.
How much money you just got to throw away like that? I haven't got the money just to throw
You're
that.
talking about just chucking up 50-cent coins.
Just a cent, a year,
cent,
just
yeah.
extra in the head. Just coiner. Oh. But yeah, so should we start on the
We
flight
didn't actually do
there?
that.
Yeah,
by the
start.
way.
We'll go from getting there, and then we'll probably pick the worst airport.
Oh, Birmingham, my
Birmingham
God.
Airport.
Yeah, why did we fly from
So we flew from Birmingham because it was in
nowhere
between.
near us.
Because you two were down south and I'm up north.
You
so we were
missed your
like in the middle.
train.
You missed your train.
Yeah, I missed my train on the way up, trying to get some stuff that I didn't need. So then there was some boat race in the town I'm in. So then I missed the train, so I had to pay money to get another train to Birmingham. You waited at the station for me. Then
I
we
didn't go
got
on my train.
Then we got potentially one of the best modes of transport I've ever got on in my life.
Oh my God, it was incredible.
Yeah.
Oh no, that was
What do you
the
call
next
it?
day. That was the next day.
Yeah, but Either
That's
way,
the
either way,
airport,
either way.
What's
yeah.
it called? The Airbus?
An Airbus.
Is it
something like that.
Airbus?
Basically, from the station to the airport, it was like something off Disneyland.
Yeah, it was.
it was
Incredible.
unbelievable.
Yeah, it's like you know on the monorails. It's a monorail.
monorail.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's
It's
it,
a
that's it,
monorail.
yeah.
And it's like on that. It's unreal.
I felt like
I was there on my own. I had a private carriage and
I felt like a princess.
It was
really.
so-
I felt like upper class. I felt incredible.
And we joked before we went into the airport, oh, it's boiling here in Birmingham. It's going to be 10 times hotter in Malia.
And little did we
Step out,
know
and it was
that
better in
Malia was a
Birmingham.
lot colder. Birmingham
Yeah,
was
no.
I don't think it was cold. It was just cloudier, wasn't it? It was just.
No, it wasn't.
There were
It
some
was
days where I wanted to
rained,
wear a
didn't it?
coat.
the
Right.
days that I stayed in Birmingham.
Dead.
We had a lovely curry as well.
With Big Josh, shout out to
Big
Big Josh,
Josh.
great guy, Big Josh.
I wasn't there.
And then that night, sorry, this is without cry.
Yeah.
And then that night
It was
we
amazing.
not really much happened that night. We just were staying up till 3 watching dinner shopping.
And then fucking roulette on TV
Yeah,
and
roulette.
Rick and Morty.
Oh.
And we phoned about 20 people debating whether we should go to Pop World in Birmingham or not.
Because Big Josh sat there and he was like, Big Josh was like, you should come Pop
Yeah,
World.
and he-
Best place to go to Birmingham night
And
out.
when he left, he didn't even say, I'm not going to say have a good holiday because I'm going to see you in Pop World.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
And then we rang about 20 people asking if we should go to Pop World, and every time we're like, just whatever you do, don't sell kite because I'll be really annoyed
Yeah,
at us.
I know.
I would
when
have
we're
been
at Pop World.
annoyed. It'd just been funny because you'd have been hanging on your first day of holiday.
It was whether we
because of the
caught,
COVID
it's whether we
thing.
caught COVID.
Oh, yeah,
we weren't
oh,
asked
yeah.
about.
See,
We weren't
we
asked
weren't asked
about.
about
We weren't
being
asked about being
hungover.
hanging on a flight.
No.
If there was a thing, I was
Yeah,
going
true.
Pop World.
No, yeah,
True.
100%.
And then,
We just didn't
um,
want to catch you out
By
there.
the time we rung everyone, it was too late. But then we should have gone Pop World in the end because we didn't go to bed till 4.
I slept on the floor.
He sat on the floor.
We had 2 beds, and then I find the floor comfy. I couldn't sleep, so I was like, floor for a bit.
And I slept
he
on his
spread
bed.
himself across the bed, so I
Four-
couldn't get back
across
up.
4 double beds.
And
It
at
was
like
unreal.
7 a.m. I was like, fuck off. And I
Yeah.
fucking got back on the
And then,
bed.
and then as we get to the airport,
Yeah.
I had to wear a dress.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
Shit,
so
Tom said time
basically, Josh lost a bet to me and John. So we had a bet earlier on in the season
Yeah.
that Tottenham wouldn't win a trophy. Bear in mind they were in the final. So me and John were like, yeah, they
When
won't.
did we make this
It was when they
bet?
got to the final.
Yeah.
Of the Carabao?
Yeah, and we said they
bloody
won't win a trophy.
Carabao.
Tottenham won't win a trophy this year. And he went, if they don't, I'll buy all your drinks for your whole Malia holiday.
Yeah.
And they didn't win a
How do
trophy.
you think you could afford
No,
that,
I
by the
know.
way?
I don't know, but I was that confident Spurs were going to win a
they
trophy
didn't
that I
win a
didn't even think
trophy.
that if I could afford it or
Yeah,
not.
because
So we realised then he couldn't afford it, so we said,
Yeah.
right, well, you can choose my outfit for going out to Malia. So we chose him a dress.
The worst part about wearing that dress was that people weren't finding it funny, which meant they thought I would wear something like that normally.
there were some who were like,
I
Yeah,
look
some
good in
look, we
it.
got some
there
comments.
was some people like, whoop,
I pulled it off.
Yeah.
cat whistling, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Tell me I didn't pull it off. Tell me I didn't look good
I
in
think
it.
you did. I think because you had a white t-shirt on underneath. If it was just a dress,
Yeah.
it would look so
You're awful, yeah.
so funny.
But I wasn't going to go naked. I wasn't going to fully
No,
naked.
no,
so
No, obviously not that. No,
then
because you
what-
had basically your clothes and then
Yeah.
the chest.
Yeah,
It
and then
looked,
and
it
we
looked like a bit like
landed-
Jesus.
We got into Malia at about 11 at night, didn't we, at Malia time?
Yeah.
On
So,
that plane, and we got in charge of
we're
the.
skipping past the fact that we were in
Oh,
charge
yeah.
of basically
So,
everyone's
I
lives on
completely
that
forgot
plane.
about
We
that,
were in charge of everyone.
Yeah, so we got put into
Yeah,
extra legroom seats and been put in charge of the emergency
Basically,
exits,
on
weren't
the
we?
exit sides, like the 4, and us 3 and some other guy got told, yeah, can you just sit on the end there? This is what happens if we crash. Just pull this, open that door, and everyone will come
Basically,
out.
everyone was going to die if we did crash. And then this lady came up to me, because I'm scared of flying, and this lady came up to me and she was
She
like...
heard you say on the way in, didn't she? She heard you say you were
shit
scared.
myself.
And she came up to me and was like, "Are you going to be okay in charge of the exercise? Because I know you were really
She had a hand
scared.
on your knee and was like, "You all right, Johnny?
okay.
You okay?"
You
We
gonna be
can move
okay?
you if you're fine." I was like, "Lady, I'm
She was
fine.
lovely.
Okay."
She was lovely. She was just
They
doing
were
her
nice
job.
on
Yeah.
Jet 2. They were really
Lovely
nice.
person.
Yeah, they were.
It was
Lovely
just a
people.
fucking... Me in charge of
Everyone.
everyone's
Oh my God.
lives.
I wouldn't be
Not
able to do it, I
chance.
don't think. I genuinely think everyone would have died. To be great,
Would you have been a
honest with
shit house and would you be... Oh, so open it. So we're dying. Once we do it, once we do it... It's like that TikTok where it's like, I like to bring out my freaky side once and it's like... So I do it.
Yeah.
We're literally crashing.
How much you gonna pay me?
How do you do it again?
Yeah, so we did actually get in at 11 in Malia, and we thought, we'll go out
It
to
was
1
too
a.m.
late to properly go.
Go out, yeah, it was. We were knackered, well, because it was a
Before
long
we didn't
day.
got off the set off in Birmingham, it was like, oh,
Yeah.
should we just not do it tonight?
Yeah.
No, but we went until 1 a.m.
Instantly changed the Tinder settings to
Yeah, we
Malia.
did, yeah.
And was
we
like,
did.
you know,
On the
3 boys
longest
in
coach
Malia.
ride.
Oh.
You know what in between is where the suspense is when
Burnley.
they're getting off the coach and they're like, this is yours, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, it's a shithole. When we got called off ours,
I thought
we were nowhere near the hotel,
No.
and it was like, oh, this is a bit...
Dodgy.
But the hotel was lovely.
the hotel was
Oh,
really
the
nice.
hotel, we could get onto that, but
Lovely
the
people there
hotel
as
was
well.
absolutely beautiful,
But
yeah.
as for that night, it was one of our best nights, to be greatly
I
honest.
think we got the most drunk
Yeah.
on that night, because we just went out and was like, we got 300 euros, let's go spend.
In like, how long were we out there for? Like an hour?
An hour and a bit.
Plus, yeah.
Yeah. We just
Just-
went down the strip, got a load of drinks, ended up at McDonald's drinking Sex on the Beach.
John was like, is it for Snapchat,
Snapchat or
Instagram,
Instagram?
Twitter, Snapchat?
We were
Great
waiting.
video.
And then we came back to the hotel, and then I slept on the
out.
floor and passed out. That was
Yeah.
the first night, really.
That was the first night. We didn't really nothing
I mean,
really
they got
happened.
We
married.
met Jordan on the
Jordan,
first
Jordan,
night.
yeah, he was
man.
a club rep. Yeah, he was a very good man. So
Really
we at
nice
first,
guy.
I think he was just doing his job at first.
Yeah.
So he pulled us into his club and was like,
Saying
"Come
that
on,
he
drink
saved
with
us from a car.
Yeah.
To be fair, he was nice to us. We did shag him a bit this holiday. We always would say, "Oh yeah, we'll come back, we'll come back,"
yeah.
and we never came back.
We did
Even
a few
last night,
times. We
went,
went
yeah.
3 times in the holiday.
We did.
Yeah.
Twice, wasn't it? Was it three?
3, went 3.
Yeah, 3. And we went back on the last night. We're like, yeah, we'll
Yeah.
see us. And then I remember we walked straight past him, and he was on his moped, and he ignored both of you, just like
I didn't
ran
see him.
straight past you. He was annoyed.
But it was a lovely, but he gave us tips on our first night, what to do,
He did, yeah.
where to go. And
He wasn't just saying, "I'll stay here." He was
Yeah.
like, "This is good. This is
then,
good." this
and we
is
actually got
good."
chatting to him later on in the night. When we went back, we got chatting to him and we got to know him as a person. He was
Yeah,
a real
exactly.
nice
Lovely
bloke.
man,
We
lovely
actually
Real nice
explained a lot
bloke.
of his backstory. It's
Yeah, we
really
did,
nice.
we did. Yeah, it was
Which
real
obviously we
nice.
can't share on here, but
Yeah,
it's
let's
really
say
nice.
on
No,
the
exactly.
phone. Nice story.
No, but it was a real nice bloke.
Sunday.
Lovely
And
guy.
Monday is when it really got going.
So Monday we
just chilled by the pool.
went by the pool, went
So
by
what are
the
we doing
beach.
today?
didn't we?
Stay-
I think we met Eddie.
Yeah, we met Eddie.
Oh, incredible man.
Eddie.
If anyone can help us, no.
If anyone knows him,
Yeah.
but he's
Eddie.
a lovely man.
What a fantastic
Yeah,
He looks
man.
after us all holiday.
Yeah, he
didn't
looked after his holiday. Yeah, it was,
Massively,
it was about an old, for context, it just sounds like we met a man called Eddie. He's like a
He was great with
60-year-old man, and he was on the sunbeds next to us, and he goes out to Malia every year for like 5 weeks, he said.
Yeah.
And he has done for like the past 3 to 5 years, didn't he?
The first interaction
Yeah.
we had was him giving you his goggles.
Goggles, yeah, it
Yes,
was.
you
Yeah.
broke mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. The goggles eyeball were like so tiny, just like stretched across my
I
belly
know.
fit.
And then, see, he was like, "Oh yeah, take them, chuck them to you." And then from then on,
A
just
friendship.
clicked.
Yeah,
It just
and then-
clicked.
and then-
was born.
Just clicked.
Yeah, he'd chat to us every day, and he'd wait for us, he'd get us a
Bought
pint
beer,
every now and
we did buy
again.
him as well,
Yeah.
and then the
Got us
last day.
gifts as well on the last day to
Well,
leave.
also
and
just
presents.
spending money for the
I mean,
airport.
that's what the
Yeah.
holiday was about, really, wasn't it? We met
Lovely
so
bloke.
many people that were just made our holiday.
I think
Yeah.
the thing
and that we
that
remember forever.
are we,
It doesn't
are we
even
doing
make
an
it
Eddie? Are we
our
doing an Eddie tribute now?
Yeah,
This
it's
is an
Eddie's
Eddie tribute.
now.
Because
Incredible man.
the thing that got me was we always saw him getting ready because he knows a lot of people out there.
Yeah.
He was getting ready with always different people going out at like probably he'd be at the bar at like 5:30, 6. We got back from watching the F1 on our final day, and he was at the sunbed way later.
He's the only one.
yeah, he's
Way
the only one
later,
for the
way
ball.
later than he usually would be, just to wait for us to say
goodbye.
we presumed it was.
But I assume it was.
It
like-
was because no one
probably
was. All
was.
his friends had gone in, and he'd waited just to say goodbye.
And then as soon as we said goodbye, he then went in.
Yeah.
Like a top 5 Premier League moments. My number 1 Eddie moment was when it was that Wednesday night and he was chucking it down. Eddie's drunk. He comes up to us and we're like, "Oh, where you going now?" And he was like, "Back to bed, if you know what I mean."
Yeah.
And we're like, "No, Eddie, what do you mean?"
Then he
He was
goes,
like, sweet there.
you know what I mean?
You know
I got
what
a
I
bottle
mean?
of wine with my name on it. Oh, what a great man.
I still actually don't know what he meant.
Yeah, neither do
He
I.
might have been going back for some
I like to
coitus,
keep it that way.
or he might have been going back just to get a bit more drunk. A little bit of him time.
Bit of a broad co-op seasons. You never know.
You never know.
Greek co-op
He was a lovely
season.
man. He was a really nice man.
But yeah,
I'm an honest-
Malia
sorry.
Bar Simulator. You know, like he owns his own, but he's a club rep. He's got to get like 5 people on a night.
Come here, no.
Come here, no. Walk off. You lose. Like you lose a life.
The owner pulls you in. What are you doing? He's there with his VR headset on at 4 a.m. No.
This is taking a really weird turn.
Honestly, I think it'd be a great game. Club rep simulator.
Club Rep Simulator.
Okay.
Malia Edition. Ibiza
Zante.
Edition. Zante
Zante.
Edition.
Zante.
This is a great. We need to contact EA here.
Yeah,
That'd be
massive
unreal.
game.
Well, it's
It's a
just
great
GTA,
Unreal
really.
man. So there's our Eddie. There's our Eddie thing done.
Yeah, and then
as for
he did
as
more.
He did more.
He did-
Surely.
He did more.
He did loads more.
He
He
did
just-
more.
was a United
An
fan
incredible,
Yeah.
an incredibly kind man
from Warrington.
from
Massively,
Warrington.
yeah. So
who-
down to earth. Great. Really gave us a backstory on his life
He
as
did.
well.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
That night when we sat down and had a drink with him for our meal.
Yeah.
Do you remember that when we had a meal in the hotel and we sat down and had a drink with him and chat with him
Just
again
telling
about
us his life
life?
stories.
Yeah,
Oh.
really,
Yeah,
he had a
lovely
really
man.
interesting life, didn't he? So
did.
he'd be a great guest.
Be a great guest. He would be.
He
If we
was.
can find him, we should
Genuine.
get him down to
I
Sheffield
think
for the
we can't.
podcast.
We should go to Warrington and knock on every house.
Yeah.
Hashtag
It's
find
not that
Eddie.
big. It's not that big.
No.
Warrington, we could do
Hashtag
that.
find Eddie.
How far? Didn't we look how far Warrington was from here?
It's like an hour,
It's
and a
not far,
half,
it's
2
in-
hours.
yeah,
Nearly. Where Neil lives.
Oh, okay.
The Neil bit of the
Neil.
podcast. Come on.
Get
yes.
Neil on there.
But Monday night then.
Monday day. We went to the
day.
beach, didn't we? Check it all out, see what it was
Oh, it was
like.
like jumping hose.
Jump waves.
Jump
Great
those
game,
waves.
by the way. Jumping waves.
Yeah.
And then
Unreal
they actually
game.
pulled everyone out.
Yeah, they did.
And
So
then
windy,
it was
wasn't
so
it?
windy, so.
It was
And
windy.
not really much happened Monday in the day. It was kind of getting to know the place.
Yeah, we weren't looking.
And Monday evening, ladies and gentlemen.
It was when it kicked
the
off.
highlight of. There was a couple of highlights.
No,
That's all right,
that's
that's
fine,
fine.
don't worry about it.
I'll let everyone else know as well.
That's fine.
Do that.
No, that's fine,
it's
that's
fine,
fine.
no worries,
It's
no
fine.
worries, it's
Let
fine.
everyone know when you start
Yeah.
doing your thing.
That's all right.
Fine,
Make sure
mate.
you let one of us
Cheers,
know.
mate. I
Cheers,
appreciate it.
cheers, mate, thank you.
That's
Sound,
fine.
sound.
Cheers, man.
Cheers,
Cheers,
mate.
mate.
So yeah,
It wasn't the highlight came on the.
He said that. He said that.
I think he realised we were doing it.
Yeah,
Anyway,
which
doesn't
is
matter.
good because
I'm
they
keeping
don't
it in.
realise we're doing it.
Keep it in.
It's just we've not
Was
been
it
that.
bad? Because he doesn't.
No, let's not
the
comments what you think of the podcast so far.
No, because he doesn't realise. We're not causing a
How long have
massive.
we gone for, John?
though. 20 minutes? No, 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
23.
That's all right.
23. Anyway,
That's
keep
all right.
going.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, the first night, the first full night,
The
first
first
proper
one night,
night.
we
First
met
one night,
the
yeah.
Austrians.
Yeah, we met the Austrians.
Oh, what a great
Went
night.
out
And
in
the conversation started
Dana.
with me asking them about Brexit.
How every good conversation should
start,
start.
yeah.
Exactly. And,
In-
and he ridiculed me. He laughed at me.
You both did.
You both did in
I
the
don't
group
remember doing
chats, and you went, Josh Bailey talking about Brexit.
And vaccine rollout.
And vaccine rollout, I think the piss out of me. And then little did they know a bit later, Kai fell in love with them. So without me and my Brexit stories, you'd have never. I just say you've got to play to your audience. You know, you've got. They were
It's
intelligent
true.
people.
It's
they
true.
didn't want-
They know they were.
They
They
didn't want to
were.
talk about. You want to hold this wood. They didn't want to do that.
I'm not going to say that to them.
You flirted with it on holiday. You wanted to.
Yeah, I
yes.
went to it to one
The amount of
person.
times you
Yeah.
actually set up that TikTok but didn't do it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
And anyway, and yeah, and then
And then we never did the fake one, did we?
No, we didn't actually.
Ah.
No.
we got to know them, and they were lovely people.
Yeah, they were lovely people,
really,
really nice
nice.
people.
But
They were,
I mean,
yeah.
I feel like this is your
Nice,
part.
This is your.
Man,
This
this
is not
You know
my
what?
part.
You know what? Now this is me. I'm going to be the interviewer here, and you're the interviewee.
This was what I
And we
felt
can
like
sit
on
here.
that meal.
Oh yeah. No, so we'll start off. We'll start off with how it started. So it started off with I was talking to Marlene, you were talking to Dana, and
Also known as
John-
a fantastic album there.
Which Josh is definitely going to
We just
go
like
over.
called her Donda for the rest of the holiday because we were
I
listening to
didn't, can I
Donda
say,
all holiday.
these
Not
two-
into her face.
Not even to her face. She's only found out about it for the first
She
time.
doesn't know
now.
what Donda is.
Nah, definitely not.
Donda's Kanye West's new
You can't
album
listen
name,
to
just
it,
in
yeah.
case
But
anyone
yeah,
didn't know.
so yeah, we started
So we got
talking
chatting to
about
me and
Mama,
you got chatting to reverse, and John was a bit like.
John got really upset that
On the
holiday.
first night.
He was trying to do the
No.
John thing where he's like, no, I'm not saying it's fine, it's fine.
No, it's because we
You
were chatting
said-
to him on
you
the
said-
first
To
night.
be fair, he was rightfully.
Yeah, yeah.
He wasn't upset at us, but he was rightfully annoyed. 'cause,
I was
like,
upset
Us
too.
two, no, you do get a bit. Oh, come on! Like us two, when you
First
two
night,
your
yeah,
friends,
You
yeah.
should come up
girls.
to me and go, rightfully, I would be fuming.
I don't know. I
So-
wouldn't,
I
I
would
wouldn't,
be,
I wouldn't
yeah.
be fuming at us, but I'd be fuming at the situation.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
With the fact that, like, because we two went off and then John was just like,
I
oh,
was in,
doing his own thing.
I was in, what is it?
Did you
CC,
think
did we
someone-
go?
Yeah, and did someone say something to you? What did they say
Yeah,
to
the
you?
Belgian girl.
I was sort of turned around and went, fuck off. I
just standing
I
next
lost
to her
my
and
head.
she
I lost my head. Fuck off, yeah. De Bruyne, go on, free kick. Let me dog. Fuck off.
Dana hates Belgians.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And, Yeah,
so
and then
good, yeah.
I was then with Dana, and me and Dana were just talking to Dana the whole night. And then she was like, oh, you know, I only kiss people, I only get people that I know. And I'm like, oh, right, okay, so that's me done then. So then I was then out for the rest of the evening. So then it was
Was that the evening you got? No.
No,
That was the
no,
next
no,
evening.
next week,
Oh,
next
fucking
night.
we
hell,
got to
okay.
that.
Yeah.
And then you then,
I should
you
change
were in
that.
love, to put it lightly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All night you were just with this girl, just
Well, yeah, 'cause
kissing
she was a
her
lovely girl.
non-stop.
Lovely girl.
She was a lovely
Lovely
girl,
girl.
but you just
Lovely
couldn't. And then a look of love you get, like, it just like you were just like it's you two. Like every time you.
I know.
Speak to Mike.
And I'm there getting pied by pied. No, just genuinely just told to fuck off by Belgians.
I mean, that was good night
Christ.
first night.
That was a good night first
Fine,
night.
right,
And then-
yeah.
And then on that night we discussed
Walked
about
up
going for a
fucking
meal.
3 hours to walk
Oh, yeah,
back
we
to
did,
the
yeah,
hotel
we
as
did
well.
walk a long way.
I
Yeah,
wanted
all the way
bed.
back.
I wanted
He was just
bed.
like, he was like,
I
oh,
wanted bed.
stupid night.
I wanted
Girls
bed.
that don't fancy me. Let it know though.
I wanted bed.
Little did he know,
The next
the story was about to take a
There was
twist.
no turn.
So then the next day, Tuesday is when the holiday really ramps
Yeah.
up.
Because they said to us on that night about going for a meal with them on their last night.
Yeah,
'Cause
we
their
did.
last night wasn't the Tuesday night.
Yeah.
So we were
that
like,
meal was
we weren't gonna,
unbelievable.
and then we were like, oh,
Might
we'll
as
do
well,
it. We'll do
might
it.
as
We may
well.
as well.
Right.
And so we went for a meal with them, and
Sat down.
I ordered a chicken breast.
No,
Oh,
can we say?
God, no.
Can we say?
'Cause you're gonna play down then.
No. We're not even. I went into this meal knowing I was going to watch 2 double dates with two Austrians, 2 British people, one who I knew would order some basic food, and I was sat at the head of the table
One that would just
with
waffle.
2 and 2, and I was sat there. And I had the best view in the house.
It got off to a great
It was
start.
you just made me laugh
It went,
out
it went
real.
silent, and I wasn't
What
trying
did
to
I
serve.
start talking about? I got made it really awkward, didn't I?
It was, yeah, because to start with, we hadn't spoken to
I
him
can't remember
sober.
what we-
So to start with, it was a bit awkward. Like
Yeah,
was.
it was.
It was really good
We
to
had
go out.
Yeah.
Austrians ordering, some nice foreign food. You had
We ordered
arse on
carbonaras, really nice.
Food cons, Thai, plain chicken breast with
No, I had bacon on
chips.
it. I had bacon on it. Come on, at least do some
Had
justice.
bacon on it,
Had bacon.
and then
And chips.
5 Heinz sachet sauces on a
Then
plate.
brought it on a plate.
That is what you do as a kid to make your food look fancy. Just,
Yeah.
oh, look at that fucking.
It was brought a sachet on a plate.
Yeah, we're in a different country with 2 or
I know,
Austrian girls and Kai. Chicken breast,
Best
chips,
chips.
sachet.
And it
Got a
gets a bit
bucket.
silent. And I'm like, fuck it, just stir the pot. I'd asked them what their favourite factor sun cream
They had no
is,
clue what I meant.
and they have
no clue what I
absolutely
meant.
no clue.
As the meal went on, it was a good laugh, and we got,
Yeah, it got better,
funny,
yeah, it got
and then
better.
we
it got better. And then Tuesday night,
It was a
went
real good
back.
meal,
Did we
actually. I
not,
think that was one of
go like across the strip? Because then we met the people who recognised you in the TikTok.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
went
we
to
went to
Wicked Bar,
Wicked
went to
Bar,
Mint,
yeah,
then
we
we went to
did.
ZigZag, and we did that with them again.
No, what meant it was Wicked Bar. We went Wicked
Oh, yeah,
Bar and then
Wicked.
and then ZigZag.
They went to Mint while we got to go and get money out.
Oh yeah, they did.
I
Yeah.
swear we used the line we're going to get, which we did.
Which we did.
just went out and got back money and then
Yeah, we
went
did,
back.
yeah.
And then Tuesday night,
That same night,
same night,
So.
I got spiked.
you got spiked.
Same night
yeah.
was the one I got spiked,
Oh
wasn't
yeah,
it?
yeah. It
'Cause
was
we
the night.
went
Yeah,
to,
yeah.
CC
Yeah, it was.
again.
Yeah, it was.
I got spiked, and I mean,
We still don't know really.
we,
Yeah, it
we
happened,
think
no.
basically I was at a bar, and then I ordered like 6 Jaeger bombs, and then
Hang on, before we get into the spike bit, seeing as that we were on the topic of the Austrians,
Doesn't matter
sorry.
anyway.
When me and John were sat outside, and what we did while we were sat outside,
well, no, that was the next day.
that wasn't, it was that day.
No, what
No,
the video?
it was the next day.
No, no, it wasn't
Because they was
It was
there.
more than
Come
the
on,
next day,
come on,
yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah,
carry on with
yeah,
spikes.
yeah,
yeah.
Sorry,
Bit.
sorry.
Yeah,
Piss off,
yeah.
sorry.
No, yeah, it was
Sorry.
way after. Yeah,
Yeah, way
It was
after.
like a couple
That was
nights.
funny. That was
Yeah.
funny. But I think we should put the video in the podcast.
No.
The video
Not
of
a
John.
chance.
Not a chance.
Not a chance.
Anyway, so what happened then is basically I got spiked, and we think I ordered 6 Jaeger bombs. I was talking to a girl at the bar, there was these two blokes, and we think that they thought I was sharing the drinks.
Yeah.
And then I took the A ones. And to say the least, it wasn't great.
No,
it was
wasn't.
awful, to be
It
greatly
is,
honest.
yeah.
And it, like, what happened was it just started non-stop crying, wasn't it? For about like 20
yeah,
minutes, sobbing like a panic attack.
couldn't see you in the
But we
club.
missed you. Me and John was chatting to Dana, and I was chatting to Marlene again. And we missed
I
you.
was in the club and I just felt really weird. No, I felt really weird. Like I felt like a sense of proudness. Started thinking about my dad, and then like I left, and then like I just sat down and just started crying.
I don't think we
non-stop.
saw you leave.
We didn't see
Yeah.
you leave. We
But
went
I'm
out.
glad-
Me and John went out looking for you,
Yeah.
and then we saw you darting back in the club,
Yeah.
and we grabbed hold of you and pulled you back out.
If we hadn't have
Gone out
gone
looking
out,
for you, yeah.
then yeah,
None of the
who
family,
knows
yeah.
what would have
Luckily
happened,
you did, but yeah, no, non-stop crying about 20 minutes, just saying, I'm finding my
Yeah.
dad was died, rang my mum, just non-stop crying, and literally in a switch, like a click
Yeah,
of my
it did.
fingers,
Yeah.
it was like, like I don't do drugs, but like, it was an art, like, it was
Buzz.
like, it was a buzz. Like,
None
you,
of us have ever touched it,
No.
which is why I can't relate. Me and John
no,
can't
exactly,
relate.
but
no,
like,
yeah.
the people that you ask that probably have it is like, oh, you do get, and then they got this bars and like this real.
I was
high.
going to say, because you
But
were
I
on
went
the
to use,
phone
like-
to your mum, because you went in back inside to like tell everyone sort of, oh, by the way, we're not
'cause-
outside, we're not.
Yeah,
we are
because
just-
I had to go
this is
tell the
what's
Austrians
happened.
because it was there last night, and I had to go tell them what was happening.
Like, we didn't want
because-
to ruin it for everyone. We was
Yeah.
like, oh, this is what is happening.
then
And
I
I
went
went
to
to
you.
yeah,
I
I
was
went to
like, I
you
felt
to see what you were, and
yeah.
you were like. And you were I don't want to say what you said, but like it was just very sad. And you went, "Oh, it's the best feeling I've had ever." I was like, "Right."
You thought it was just covering up like you do when you're sad.
I thought,
I
yeah,
did,
what
I
you,
thought-
yeah.
I must
you,
admit, I
know,
did think
you
you
know
were.
what people do when they're sad, and they're
We
like,
didn't
"Oh,
think
it's
it was
fine,
spiked
it's
at this
fine."
point. We just thought it was really drunk.
Yeah, no,
It
exactly.
was
Yeah.
when I got home,
exactly,
I just
yeah.
like,
Yeah, so at that point we took him home. We told the Austrians, look, we're going to come home. You have to come home with us. But they were really good, and they were like, yeah, we'll come back with you and make sure he's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we
then-
got the cab back, and he's chundered in the
Oh, yeah,
cab.
God, yeah. You were sick in the
No, yeah,
cab.
we pulled up. The
Yeah,
cab
yeah,
tried to
we
pull
did.
up the side of the road.
It was
And
fuming.
chundered
Yeah,
outside there.
and he asked us to
That
give
was
us
it.
every single bit of money.
That's how we
did
paid
it,
them like
obviously,
over,
but-
because then you went back into the front where there was like more ventilation, and then he got up and there was just chunder on his seat. But that was from your trousers.
it was on trousers,
Throw
yeah.
away my black shorts because I didn't wash them afterwards. So when I got them at home, they just covered in dry sick.
so
So I had to
grim.
bin 'em.
Grim.
That's so
yeah, so
grim.
then the Austrians were really good. They came back with us. Then then we sat on the balcony for a bit, let you calm down because you were sick, weren't you? Again in the
shit,
toilet
yeah,
in the hotel.
and you were
And then
gurning.
that's when he was sat outside. And I noticed he was doing it at Malia, but I just thought it was just some like nervous thing. But then he just started going, and I was
Yeah.
like, no, that's not normal. And I was like, and then when you lay down went to sleep, you could see your jaw just going, and it was scary.
Yeah.
Me and John were scared. That
Yeah, it was
we were
really,
really
like-
worried.
Almost like we said, like, I was trying to stop doing that, and you're like, I can't.
It's a
fucking
thing
weird.
that like has to be sorted out. Like I mean, obviously it's more about in England, like especially here in Sheffield, it happens a lot,
It's
and it's
ba-
something that clubs have to do.
We were talking to Jordan. We
They
went
have
to
to sort
Jordan the
it
day
out.
after, didn't we? We went and told him what happened, and he said, "You are so unlucky." He said, "Because I've worked here 3 summers in a row," and he goes, "I probably only hear 1 or 2 cases a year." Do you remember
I
him
think it's
saying
because
that?
it was
I think it's the fact
CC. I think it was in
actually
CC.
in
We went to
Malia, I
CC.
felt incredibly safe.
Same,
about
so
not
did
getting
I.
spiked. It was
but they-
because
CC.
we
in
weren't
CC.
actually in
In Malia,
Malia,
it was a
Exactly.
different province,
which is why it
wasn't
wasn't all
Yeah.
the cheap stuff as
So
well.
I mean, it was that, and like,
It's-
but it's something that needs to be sorted out. Like clubs need to do more.
But it's
because
also scary that
luckily,
it's
luckily I'm a boy.
sometimes- it's
To be greatly
sometimes-
honest with you, like luckily I'm a man, but like if it was a female, and like you don't know what they want to do
But
to
But it's
people.
also scary that sometimes it is the bartenders who get paid
Yeah.
off by people.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So then how do you even...
how do you control it? Clubs have got to do
That
something to
CC
stop
club
it
was
more.
dodgy as well, by the way. But then they had the upstairs
Yeah.
bit, and there was just loads of old men just staring.
It
Old
wasn't.
men.
I think it was because it was like our
Weird.
only option.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When
I
we did
wouldn't
it.
go if not.
Like, if it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like, oh, there's everything's open, and that's the only option, we would
Yeah.
not.
Yeah,
we
no,
would not
neither,
have
So
done
you know,
that.
I think, but it's something that really, especially here, the governments, clubs, and like companies have really got to do something to sort out.
Yeah.
But I mean, John then decided to make moves on my girl that I was trying to get with. Really took advantage, to be greatly honest. And like he thought,
That's lies.
Josh is
Honestly, like,
spiked.
can we just say-
That's lies.
Josh
Can we
is
just
spiked.
say-
He can't you can't put with the girl
Can we
anymore.
just say-
I'm gonna go and
Can
move
we just
in.
say how worried he was? He kept going to me. He goes, "I don't know whether to speak," because he goes, "I'm worried that Josh is obviously because he's in a bad way and he's going to get really upset."
And this
if I
was
do it."
before you were
In that
spiked.
state, I would have been
before we
fuming.
thought
This
he
was
was
before
spiked.
you were
Before he
spiked
was
as well.
Oh,
As well.
spike me, you would have been so angry.
The fact that some of the stuff he said to me the other day was like, when I see red, I just want to like, just go for it. I was like, fuck it, imagine if fucking in that moment, I'd have been
But yeah,
killed.
so John would take advantage and make moves on a girl.
He
And
did not take it.
didn't.
I ended up actually cock-blocking both of you, didn't I?
did.
Really?
Well, we're assuming. I mean, we had a good night, regardless. Sorry about you. I had a good night.
Everything before that was fucking hilarious.
I wasn't arsed. That was just like, it's fine.
I thought we dealt with the whole thing really well.
did.
I thought we were really good
to you too.
doctors.
Thank you very much.
right,
I think
nice,
I know my mum was very thankful, and you were really,
Yeah, 'cause I was
really good
messaging you
friends
when I was
that
talking to
night.
her,
Yeah.
so.
So thank you for that.
That's all
But
right.
yeah, so I ended up going Johnny
And then-
ended up having to look after me instead of maybe going off with their lady friends.
I remember because you walked them back, and then I was like with you, and I came back to the balcony where you were sat, and you were just on the floor, and I was like, "Is this where you do like the whole like CPR, like fuck, check for pulse?" And then you were like, then you were like, I was like, "Right, are you right? Oh, sick. Right, got up, just like trundled some McGregor-esque like to the toilet, door slam." The loudest chunder. I was like, oh, fucking hell.
So Tuesday night was good for both of you.
Yeah.
You both had a great
I
time.
had a good night, yeah.
Like, you were in love
It was
again.
funny.
Even more so.
Yeah.
Just like
I just had a better night. Yeah, I know, yeah.
that needs some
Waiting
nice
for a
sleep.
cab and just make spike to just neck it off. I was like, oh.
Yeah,
oh.
nice spy, but doing it.
Yeah.
Just like eating her face off.
That leads
Do it
us
by
to.
half, but I don't know. Bus back.
That leads us to Wednesday, and we went to the beach, didn't we, with the girls?
Wednesday
which was
because
which
of-
was
We went to the
lovely.
beach with the Austrians, didn't we?
Yeah, Wednesday because of what happened the night before. We took everything very
We took a night off,
slowly,
didn't we?
didn't we?
Yeah, we didn't go out that night, did we? Really?
No.
We went to the beach with them, didn't we? Because it was their last half. They went at like what 4 o'clock.
Yeah, so we went to the beach, and it
We
was
went to
lovely,
the beach
wasn't
with them.
it?
Yeah, it was really
Yeah.
good.
Just
Yeah.
a nice time. Played imaginary volleyball, with no ball.
Yeah,
not doing
that
beach
was
ball.
funny,
Imaginary beach
that,
ball,
yeah.
that was
We were
good.
talking about it every day. We were thinking about starting a fake Olympics when there's no balls in any sports.
No, we
Yeah,
should.
what do we
We
call
should.
it?
We should.
I can't remember a really good name for it.
No. Invisible sports in Sheffield. No. It doesn't go out. No. Okay, anyway.
It was so good.
Can't go on there, but it's so good. So we had a really good day with them on the beach.
Yeah, and then
we went.
you two were distraught, to put it lightly.
It was a sad walk home. It was a very sad
Fucking
walk
iced
home.
coffee.
Yeah,
Can we talk about this? No, so we went for an iced coffee with
Yeah.
them, and then they jetted back off.
Yeah, and that was sad. And then Wednesday we just started to have a quiet night in.
We had a really good night.
Wednesday was good.
No. We
Wednesday was probably
went
one of
for
our
a
better nights.
three-course
Yeah, we had
meal.
3 course and 1
three-course
paper
meal,
which is
unreal.
legend.
She
Thank you,
paid.
Jackie,
Yeah,
by the
thank
way.
you, Jackie.
Sure,
Very
watch
nice.
it, but
Yeah,
And it was like, wasn't it? We just had some really good chats. I
yeah,
swear.
we did. That's really good.
and that then
I
is
feel
the
like we got
night.
closer as a free. I feel like I found out more about you, even though I know quite a lot about you already. I feel like I know more about you because of that night.
Yeah.
And then we got on, and then that's when we really met like Zach,
Yeah.
Spencer.
Yeah, the
was like the
Manchester
next
lads.
day,
That was
wasn't
the
it?
next
Yeah.
day.
That was the next
yeah.
day, and that's when we really met them, and that's
So,
when we
yeah.
got to know them. And
Yeah,
I'm
'cause
glad we
we-
did that night because then we wouldn't have got to know them, and then
Yeah.
we wouldn't have had the really good last 3 or 4 days.
God, yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah, they're basically these lads. What? How many? Five.
6, wasn't there? There was 6 of them.
6, all from Manchester.
All from
6 from Manchester.
They were in our hotel. They were in our hotel as the
I saw
lads.
it was 3 and a 2, wasn't it? I think.
Tune, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were from Manchester, all in the hotel. But because we kind of been out and about the last couple of days, we hadn't really spoken to many
No.
people
Yeah.
by our hotel.
There wasn't
So
that many
then
people our age by our
that
hotel.
Thursday
though.
like day at the pool, we just spent like the whole time with them,
Talking
and
about-
we did like that fucking
Lilo.
Lilo game.
Like, which I won, by the way. I was the only one to win. Can I just
Yeah,
say?
yeah.
We did it with 2 Lilo. No
Yeah,
one did it
one
with
Lilo.
3. Who was that? There was that old like.
What, there's
Yeah,
another
she
couple.
loved it. She
And
loved
she was
it.
like, come on, let's get Lilos.
Yeah,
Let's
getting
get
it
Lilos.
going, it was limbs.
Our friendship was formed on Diego,
Yeah, it was,
really,
yeah, it
wasn't
was.
it? With Diego talking
Yeah.
to Zach in the club, and he was just talking about Diego was a Napoli fan, and he was
Yeah.
being like
Yeah.
proper hardcore, and he just whipped out
yeah, it was
this knife in CC, his
Yeah,
really
it's
dodgy
French,
club.
yeah.
He goes, do you like
Petrol.
football? And he went, yeah, mate. He goes, good. I beat up people who don't like
like football, I know.
And he asked him if he was what he supported, and he goes, Man City, because they were City fans. Half of them were City, half of them were United fans because we're from Manchester. And he went, yeah, Man City. And he went, good. I don't like Man United.
Yeah.
Ronaldo. He goes, because obviously you very
You
Napoli.
found
have
Napoli,
it.
yeah, exactly.
But at least Diego still lived with his mum.
Yeah, in
Diego-
France. In France, sorry.
In France, so he
France.
wasn't from
Classic
Napoli,
Italian.
and he didn't live by himself.
I'm
He
so
lived with
good
his
with
mum.
Marseille.
I really
went to
thought.
Petrol bombs as well.
We
Yeah.
went to
Petrol
CC
bombs.
with them a good couple times. I
Yeah.
thought we'd meet him.
So I did as
I
well.
thought
Oh, I
we'd
thought we
meet.
wouldn't. I just wanted to see what he'd be talking about petrol. But you still live with your mum, Diego. But just his mum. Diego, stop with the petrol bombs again. No one cares.
Fucking
Yeah.
hell.
But
Yeah.
yeah, and then I really got to meet them, and then like we went out with them
And
that
then
night, didn't we?
yeah, and that was the night. That was the night me and John.
What did we do before? We went across like the strip again. With
Yeah,
them?
yeah,
yeah,
it's
we did.
wicked. Three
So it was
drinks,
the
3
day
shots,
after was the
€5.
pool party.
Day after his pool party. This is the Thursday. So the Thursday, me and John got very drunk, right?
Yeah, why are we out there on our own?
CC's. I don't know.
Because
we
you
had-
two couldn't bring in drinks.
Oh yeah, we had drinks with us.
You had
Yeah,
drinks
you
in
got a
hand.
cab
I
on-
got a tab with these
with
two
some
girls
other-
because she was like, "Do you want to get in a free cab?" So I'm not going to say no to a free cab.
Yeah.
But that was the time that I was talking to this girl, and like I got shit on my shoulder, bird shit on my shoulder. So I was speaking to this girl for like 10 minutes, just with shit on my shoulder, just hoping she didn't notice. She had a boyfriend, it found out anyway, so now they got having anyway. So
Oh, yeah.
we sitting us praying,
was it,
she didn't
yeah.
notice, and then when she went up to talk, I just got a bit of leave and wiped it off. But then she then noticed I had shit on my shoulder once I'd wiped it off. I think
Hell.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
we
so this
got there.
is-
Me and John were sat
yeah.
outside. And me and John were very, very intoxicated.
Hammered.
And bear in mind the Austrians had gone home the day before. And we were Snapchatting them.
Off your phone.
Off my phone.
Someone needs to take your phone off you because this
Yeah,
happens.
but it never happened in Mali. It only happened in Mali. I don't do it. I didn't do it
know,
here
I
before I went to
know.
Mali.
now you vlog everything.
And now I vlog everything. It's weird. But yeah,
No, it's
so
not there. Yeah, it's the fact you vlog everything.
Let's
that's
stop
some-
beating around the bush here. Let's get into the juicy stuff. What did you say?
I said, we miss you.
To these girls
yeah,
that they
you're
met
right.
twice. I miss you.
And then
such a
there's
good
other
movie.
videos of him, but
Yeah,
he's
really,
deleted
really
them, which he
bad.
hasn't, by the way.
They've gone.
You need to own to these videos.
Mine got sent into a
You,
fucking lads
you
group chat.
recorded these. You've got to stand by
Oh,
them.
they are awful. No, they're terrible. Seriously, they are really bad.
We all embarrass ourselves in life. I'm
Mine-
talking about being embarrassed.
Well, I will say
my
mine if
opinion.
you say mine was. I said, "Oh, it's not being around the bush. We miss
No,
you."
but there's that other one that hasn't been released. That you, when you went, just miss you.
That's the same one, isn't it?
No, there's another one where when you do it
That's
again.
it. We just
do it
miss
worse.
it.
What did
do
you
it
say?
worse.
Come on.
I was like,
Come on, and be honest here. You know
man,
me being
I was
honest.
like,
Oh, I will
was
say
like,
if he's not. Yeah.
man, you're here. And then put the pet lip out and went, we used to sit over there.
Yeah, he just like just literally good like X Factor kind of emotional.
Yeah, there was.
Why aren't you here?
Such a good
And then
video.
pan,
Such a
double
good
tap
video.
pan to the steps where the next off where you were dying, and it's just like we used to sit over there together.
But the thing is, we didn't realise we had these until the night
later,
after.
wasn't
It was the night
It was
after.
because the morning after.
No, it
So
wasn't,
we-
because the morning after that video got released, she sent us it. She sent
Oh,
me one
sorry,
of you.
the other ones, yeah.
And then the night when we were sat on the balcony after the night out, we got back, and me and you were just sat on the balcony, and we were scrolling through, and I was like, John, they're all here.
Yeah.
Like, John, all of
That
videos
was
are here.
on the Friday.
Yeah.
Because we did. I found out about that one in the morning when we did our
Because Marlene
test.
sent me them. Marlene sent me
Yeah.
them.
Why she fucking saved and sent them?
I think you should just release them. I think you should put them in the group chat and let everyone feast.
No, I'm putting them in the group
Mine
chat.
has been well and truly feasted on.
Yeah,
like-
come on. It was
I'll release one of
no
them.
one talks
I'll
about
find
his
them.
anymore. No, it was
Until-
like, it was
I mean,
old news. It was like a couple of days.
Mine
It
went
was
on for
old
like two
news.
days, and it's.
I would have done it if it was me.
Why aren't you here?
Why aren't you
Yeah,
here?
we used to sit there. But that was that
Together.
night. And to be honest with you, apart from that, nothing really happened on
That night,
that
no,
night.
it's just a good night, wasn't it?
Just a
actually?
good night.
Tell you what else
Nothing really
happened.
happened.
went-
And then
Oh,
it was
no,
the pool party
no,
the next night, right?
That night, well, just as before we went to CC, was the night that you got the video of Spencer with the bald head filter.
Oh, yeah. They
And
passed
he
out
was-
on the
he was
road, didn't they,
touching
during the
That was the
George's
next
knob.
night. That was
Yeah.
the next night.
No,
I don't think it was
Well,
because we met the Irish guy as a Man United
Yeah.
fan, who I then
yeah, because we
saw.
were going, wanker,
Like, I
wanker.
then saw in CC
Yeah.
that night,
yeah.
and then we
Yeah.
went because
What was
then
that night?
Friday
That
was
ball picture was hilarious. On screen now.
What's
yeah,
that?
The ball
bald
picture.
one, yeah,
Oh,
on
yeah,
screen
I'll
now,
put it on
on
screen.
screen
I'll
now.
put it here.
So then Friday we had to do a test
Friday we did the COVID test and we just sat on the pool really, didn't
with a
we?
lovely woman.
Yeah,
Where was she
South
from?
African. South African woman, yeah. We did like a
Fantastic,
Zoom
yeah.
call to check we were doing it correctly. Josh
Yeah.
got shouted at multiple times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I do always because I have a real problem with
I was
following
surprised because this
instructions.
video's been chucked into our group chat.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, he was sitting there.
So-
And then we went to the pool party.
And then the holiday was built up into just like loads of different like.
This pool party.
So we need
was
to
the
introduce it
highlight
properly.
of my
We need to introduce about the club rep because it layers. There's layers to this story.
This is all in one night as well.
Yeah.
No,
No,
was it
it was
the
the next
big thing
night.
was Saturday, wasn't it? Okay, yeah.
So basically
Yeah,
Thursday,
Saturday
yeah.
night. This is Friday night.
Well, even Thursday night, we met the club rep. So he comes over and goes, "Pool party tomorrow, lads." Just imagine, right? Your typical club rep who would go out and like repping. It's
Beef,
about 40, 50.
tattoos,
Yeah,
wham.
did he have
He has
tattoos?
tattoos,
Beef,
yeah.
tattoos,
Wham.
bald
I wish
head,
I was that
Red,
fucking wham.
red.
British.
Like, not tan, but red.
voice like really crooked
Yeah.
and right all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cooks. Yeah.
So yeah, we met him on the night and
like
he
a
goes,
short hair, glasses,
about
about
did he?
A little bit of a quiff, little bit of a quiff,
40
yeah.
years old.
Yeah.
You know,
So he said to us, "How long have we been
no
on?"
family.
45.
45. We'll
I'll be
wrap
alright.
up, so we'll
45.
finish that
Yeah,
one.
fine.
So yeah, we met the ball man, and he comes up to me and goes, "Let's go to pool party tomorrow." And we went, "Don't know, mate. Where is it?" And he goes, "Well, I want it." He goes, "Oasis, it's just down there." He goes, "It's mint." He goes, "So many birds." He goes, "I'll give you a clue." He goes, "If any of you want to you want to take a bird down to the ball toilet,
Here we
air
go.
conditioning. It's got air conditioning. It's lovely and cool in
Which
there."
to me, it's like, so you want an air conditioned toilet? Is that why? Like,
Yeah.
so
Kind
when he's engaging in coitus, it's the air. He wants a breeze.
Yeah.
He doesn't want it to be hot and stodgy. He wants a breeze down in
In fact, I
here.
went into those toilets, they were a fucking shit though.
Yeah, they were
Was the
awful.
air conditioning
I
good though?
didn't go to the fourth because it was shut, so.
Oh,
Yeah.
we
I
know
didn't
it was in there
I didn't
now.
know it was in there
But
now,
I went in, didn't I? And then I went to open it because I thought, I want to see this from the
Yeah, I
toilet.
wanna see the
And I
air
opened it
conditioning.
and someone slammed the door shut.
Yeah.
So
It
we'll
was-
find out who that was.
Yeah,
So we,
a bit
we,
later.
on
we,
the
we
road.
went,
This
we,
pool
we
party
went
was
in
incredible.
there, and it was advertised as like free barbecue.
This was
And
on
you
the
get
Friday.
there-
This was on the Friday.
Yeah, it's on a
during the day.
Friday. And we hadn't
meat.
eaten because we were like, barbecue, yeah?
Yeah.
You get there, just on a tin foil kind of like tin platter of just
an unidentifiable meat.
of like kebab skewer sticks, and then this guy who'd been in a pool, it's a pool party, comes up, ripped, literally just leaning over. Oh, this drink goes. Literally, he's not even looking at the food, just the chlorine sweat dripping
Just
onto the
dripping on the
kebabs.
meat. So there's meat covered in
And I'm
chlorine and
like,
spit of the
I was
man.
close
Man, them
to
phones
getting
weren't
one.
exactly clean.
Oh, it
There
was
were drinks
oh,
in
no,
there
exactly.
and
It was
everything.
disgusting.
I was like, oh, if there's free food, but then I just see from his nose, his chin,
And
just
then
chlorine
everyone
off.
was
I was
wanking
like,
at this
nah.
pool party because he was doing this shitty rule. He was so
No.
on it.
So we didn't know. So we went to the bar and ordered 2 drinks, didn't we? We ordered 2 drinks. We thought we don't have to go back. It's a bit of a queue.
What drink was it?
I don't know.
Yeah,
It was
pineapple.
unreal, though.
Pineapple juice and Disaronno.
Amaretto.
Disaronno and pineapple.
Amaretto,
Yeah.
I might
innit?
start getting
Yeah,
that.
same thing, yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, so
Lovely,
we
yeah.
went up and we ordered 2 because we thought, oh, we'll get 2 because it's a bit of a queue. We walked away, pulled away from the bar and we heard a shout, "Naked drinks!" And we were like, what? And the bloke who was at the
Yeah.
from the other side of the pool had seen us walk away from the bar and he goes, "It's in your right hand, you've got to neck it."
Right hand.
And we looked around and everyone had their drink in their left hand.
Yeah.
And
Weirdly Squid Game kind of like.
yeah.
No, but just
Nothing
everyone's in the
like.
same culture.
Nothing alike.
Everyone's in the same
No
like
children's games.
robotic.
No.
No, you know all the leaders are all like in their clones.
I've not seen
Anyway.
it yet, so. But yeah, so
Anyway,
we
no spoilers,
put
die.
a drink down to neck it. Because obviously we had to neck it with our right hand. And he stood there berating us, going, "My man can drink quicker than this."
I know.
And the whole pool party was staring at us
Staring
three, like,
at us.
watching us do it.
Really
Anyway,
shamed you.
we necked our drinks. This idiot over here makes the mistake of picking his drink back up in his
up in
right
his
hand.
left hand, yeah.
In his right hand. And so he nicked both of them. Josh had to nick both of them.
It was horrid. And then so there was girls there from our hotel.
Yeah, because everyone was staring
They
at us,
were,
weren't they? Everyone
I
was
was gonna
staring
say,
at
so
us.
we
And
get a
then
bit more
we
hammered.
walked
They were
round, didn't
hammered,
we?
and it was just. It always seems to be when you introduce, you're always
Yeah.
pissed, and it's a lot easier.
Yeah, and then exactly because
Just to
everyone's
talk to
socially
people.
awkward, and when
Yeah.
talk to everyone. So we talked to them, and they were absolutely wankered. And there was this girl.
You're from a hotel. You're from a
Yeah,
hotel.
come in
Come on,
with us,
so we're
yeah,
over
yeah.
to see
They
them,
were
yeah.
from Bristol, and there was this girl, and we call her roast beef because she kept doing this thing.
Her name was Alicia.
Roast
It
beef,
was out on it.
roast
Was
beef,
that?
roast beef.
Roast
And
beef.
then this girl, oh my god, she basically kept there was this lilo in the pool. She didn't get in and then like this girl was just trying to jump on
Silly
this
salmon.
lilo.
Silly salmon
was trying
onto
to
the
jump on
lilo.
this lilo, and she just kept falling
It
up
was
and
like-
sliding back into the pool. And every time she then get back up, she went
No. And
with a
then
little,
just,
with a little like
Mickey Mouse. It was Mickey Mouse goggles.
yeah, it was
goggles,
Mickey
yeah.
Mouse goggles or anything with her hair all back, and she kept trying to do this, and she kept trying to jump on this lilo and just hear the and
and then
just slide back
she
in.
went off to the edge of the pool, but couldn't get out because everything was slipping, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
There was loads of steps. There was steps you didn't realise,
She-
and she was just over the pool like.
She
You gonna
kept
chunder?
just silly-
No. Oh, and she was just like splat onto the edge of the pool.
And she
Oh
then
my
kept just
God.
like silly summoning into the water, just like she go, do the silly salmon, silly salmon. She go, silly salmon,
And then
just
it
jump
got by
into
the
this
10th
thing.
attempt, it was like watching like some animal just die. It was like, you don't have to get, see me something. Okay.
And it was the way she kept coming off the pool. She'd be like, and she kept hanging on to people, wouldn't she? She'd go on to people.
It was
Yeah,
like John,
just do like
it was
that.
like she was going to you and I was with Ness, and she kept going on to you and was like, we're like, go on, go for John, and you were like,
Not a
And
chance.
she kept like
And
hanging
it
on.
was,
and,
it was like, you know, like monkey on trees, like bamboo or koala bears, but like that. It was just like, please get
and it was,
off.
it
Oh,
was
she was
hilarious.
feeling that. She grabbed me from behind and was
She
like,
threw a drink over you as well, didn't
yeah,
she?
she did, yeah,
She
she
just
did.
on like
Oh,
for no
right, she
reason,
just threw a drink
threw
over
a
me.
drink over him, and
Yeah.
like, that bit was
very funny.
that bit was
Fucking
hilarious.
That was a
So
great pool
funny.
party.
And then what was it? Then we also met Sydney and that girl, didn't we? Sydney
Sydney
and
and
someone else.
Katie.
Katie.
And it was the
Small
funny
as well,
bit
wasn't
is
it?
when Sydney, the next day they went on a moped thing, didn't they?
Oh,
Wait, so
oh
like-
no,
no,
sorry, I
that
was thinking about a
night.
different one.
That's that night.
Oh, Sydney and Katie, wasn't it? Yeah,
Sydney and Katie.
That's that night, because we
it was
went
the next
to
day
Scorpio
Oh yeah,
Beach
but
with
they
them,
went on a
yeah.
moped thing, and Zach was with the girl.
Yeah.
And like they get off, like get the thing. What are they talking about?
What, when they got off?
Yeah.
Well, I know what they said, but I don't know if we're allowed
We're allowed
to
to
say.
say it.
They were like,
Spencer.
she was like, "Do you want to get with that?" Was it
Oh,
that?
yeah,
Do you want
yeah.
to get with me? And she was like,
But no,
and
why
do
would I
what?
Why would I want to do that?
And he's like, and do what?
Yeah, they were talking about like stuff like 18 plus stuff, and then I was trying for that. I was like, "Do you want to get off here?" Then he went, "To do what?"
And do what?
So he didn't
This
go.
was on Thursday night, by the way. Friday night, sorry,
That
by the
was
way.
Friday
Friday
night.
night. But yeah,
So
and
then
also,
Friday night,
roast
when
beef was getting with Spencer all holiday. We need to add that detail in there.
Yeah, roast beef
Because
and
roast beef kept
Spencer.
going, Spencer. I only heard her say two things on holiday. It was either roast
They
beef
called
or
him, they
Spencer.
called him Johnny. Like
kept
the
calling him
half the
Johnny.
time, yeah.
They kept calling him
because
Johnny.
they thought his name was Johnny. So then every time they were like, "Johnny, come here." You're not Johnny. I was like, "Well, I am." But this isn't.
And then after the pool party, it was when they got in trouble at the hotel,
Yeah, so we
didn't
went back to the
they?
hotel after the pool
Oh
party.
my
Pool party finished at
God.
about 6, didn't it? And we came back, and
Yeah.
we were sat having a meal, and then we just hear them coming round the corner. 'Cause we left before
Was
then.
it Zach that shouted, "Roast beef, jump in the pool"?
Yeah, so we hadn't even ordered yet. We were just at the bar. He was like, "Get jump in, you won't." And because we wanted to jump in, it was raining before. We didn't realise you weren't allowed. And she jumped in, and like all the regulars were like, "Oh, shouldn't we? No, shouldn't we?" And she was like, "Roast beef." Just like, so not late at night, but it was dark. Roast beef. And the owner's like, "Get out, get out, Jaws, lovely
They all
man."
jumped in. They all jumped
Well,
in.
and then
She
it was
got
afterwards,
out.
wasn't it? And then they
She
all
got
went
out. She'd been told off like herself.
Yeah.
Then they all came back, and then you just hear this splash, turn
she
around.
again?
Like five
So
of them
she
all
she
jumped
got in
in.
on her own, come back, and then they all jump in,
And
and
that's
it was
why
just
he was
like,
like, "Respect, man,
Oh,
respect."
jeez, I didn't know
I didn't
that.
know that.
I didn't know that's why she got it worse.
Yes,
I
am
didn't
the
know
hotel
hotel
that.
back to the
I am
toilet.
the hotel owner.
I didn't know
Really
that.
annoyed.
She jumped in
after
before,
thing.
yeah.
Because then Zach asked them to jump in again, and then they jumped in
I don't
again.
even know if he asked them. We just heard
Just
a splash
jumped
and
in.
turned around. They're all in there, and then she was like, "Oh." And it was
Yeah.
just like everyone was like, "If you know what's good for you, just get out."
And then we went to Scorpio Beach.
Yeah, which I wasn't very well because the vodka I had in the pool party was dodgy. It was weird vodka.
It wasn't a beach. It was like a street party, but without the speaker.
It was with a beach next to it, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
apparently they'd sort of forgotten the speaker,
This
and it
time
was.
we picked the last night, didn't we?
It was,
Yeah, it was.
yeah,
a bit
probably.
bad.
I still found it funny.
full of Belgians. I was gone. I was proper gone.
Yeah,
I
it
can't
was
really remember
funny.
much of
And then
it.
that
It
was when we
funny.
got back to after that we got back to Malia, and then they were on the quad bikes, and Spencer and Katie got on the quad bike, but because we were in England, we were in England. She went on the wrong side of the road and nearly hit some
And she went across
Albanians
the
in the
roundabout.
car.
Those
Apparently
Albanians,
Albanian was,
and
like,
then they got
dangerous
out.
as well.
I saw the driver get off, like
They
out of
zoomed
his
off, didn't they?
car.
Yeah.
So he got out, opened his door, and was like, "Hey, fucking come back!" But then they zoomed
Jump back
off.
in.
Apparently they were
Literally
lovely though.
yeah,
Because Katie was with him. If Katie wasn't with him, Spencer
I
would have
imagine.
liked
But then they
Spencer
just sort of
bad.
pleaded that they weren't
The
really know what they were
tourists,
doing.
yeah.
They were tourists and they were fine.
Which really
Which I
works, to be
imagine, yeah.
Yeah, and then our last day, was that our last? No, our last night.
No, then Saturday was our
last night. We had the day didn't we? Like,
Last
that was
day.
horrific. That.
Saturday
What?
during the day.
Yeah, Spurs lost 3-0.
Oh yeah, we went to watch football. Yeah,
Wait,
didn't we?
you won me 60 quid.
I won you 60 quid.
It was the
which I got
nicest,
30
nicest weather, wasn't it? Nicest weather, and we went to
Oh, we were stuck
Kerabar.
inside.
Kerabar. We went for breakfast there most mornings.
Yeah,
and we had,
really friendly
and it's
staff.
unreal. It's on the,
woman-
corner of the
the woman on
strip.
the bar,
Yeah, the
very
woman at the bar,
nice.
the corner of the strip. They show any sport you want, just ask them to put it on. It's an unreal place if you want to go there.
we
And it was Ronaldo's day, wasn't it? So Ronaldo was
Oh,
coming
yeah.
out,
Yeah.
the TV switched to West Ham, Southampton.
I know. And then they were
Yeah.
like,
And Jack Grealish.
and it was like Jack Grealish looking like. It was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Sorry, boys, on this book since
He
9."
knew. He knew as
Yeah,
well.
good, yeah,
Like,
good.
I
oh,
love
Yeah,
it because they
shithouse,
said all these
shithouse.
people in Man United shirts come in.
Shit ass of the week goes to
1
Jack
minute to
Grealish.
3 o'clock. bang. I'm
Yeah.
going Spurs, Southampton. No, West Ham,
So, yeah, it was
Southampton.
unreal.
And then in the last minute of the Acca, we
But
were
it
like,
was
can you
Southampton.
No,
switch on?
it was
It was
West
West
Ham.
Ham.
It was West Ham.
He was like, in the last minute of the Acca, we were like, can you switch on to fucking Brentford,
Brighton, last
Brighton?
minute winner, Brighton.
Oh, no,
It was
you won 60
unreal.
quid.
So you won 60 quid.
But that was our
wow.
nicest weather, and we spent it all day in a pub.
Good day though.
Yeah,
Good
it
day.
was good.
It was a good day.
Played a bit
And
darts
then-
on
and then the
yeah.
We
night-
were going to go out Saturday night, wasn't
No, so we were like,
I'm so glad
we had to
we
get
did.
up at 10 a.m., didn't we, to get out the hotel.
We weren't going to go out, but we went out with Zach and Spencer.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
we thought we were going at 1 a.m. when everything shut. So then them two went, do you want to go see
Yeah,
some?
you come and see CC, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's your last night.
Initially,
Yeah.
there was the Irish guy, wasn't it? Who was the dwarf.
One person we haven't mentioned, the guy behind the bar at ZigZag.
Oh,
Yeah. You
Panis.
sexy
Panis,
motherfuckers.
you sexy every time we went there every night, and he went, oh, they're sexy motherfuckers, and you just get his free shots every night.
Didn't he
wasn't
on
it?
the last night kept giving you
Yeah,
like
on the
Yeah.
last night, every
bottle?
time I went up for a drink, he'd give me a bottle,
And
just
just
pour the
swig
bottle
it,
in my
yeah.
mouth.
Was it Jaeger
oh,
or something?
God,
Yeah.
it was good.
Well, were you wanking though from that
Yeah, I
night?
was, yeah,
But no, the
absolutely
Irish
wankered.
girl on the bar, and like she was feisty to say the least.
Yeah,
this Irish
she
girl.
was 4'10", Irish, and she was
Dwarf.
And she literally went to me,
Legally a
we were
dwarf.
just sitting down, right?
Yeah,
And
go on.
I don't know. I mean, my friends that know me, you know, I'm not really a player, to be greatly honest, am I? You know,
None of us are.
None of us are.
This
You
isn't
know,
coming from two. Well, certainly not one player. Anyway, no.
We're not too active in the in that
Women
in
department.
the women department.
The men.
Yeah, the men, yeah, that's a different story. And anyway, and this Irish girl, right, feisty, literally goes to me. She looks at me and she goes, I'm sitting there, I'm like,
I'm never going to unsee that.
I'm just like,
I
oh.
turned and looked at him and was like,
What the fuck
And
is going on
then
here?
she went, I can't do the Irish. Can you do the Irish accent?
no.
Yeah,
She went,
I
I'll
do
lick,
the same.
I'll lick your asshole.
I like your asshole.
Yeah, that's what she
She
said.
looked at me and I went, oh, no thank you. So, no thanks. And I went to the toilet. And I remember I called Jess Lynch. I was like, Jess, this girl just went to me like that. What do? I'm so scared. And I just went, no thanks. And then
Good day.
good day.
No, thank you.
No,
Went to
thank you.
men, sorry. and then the moment of the holiday, which I've told to people. I told to my own
not
granddad.
many people have laughed at it.
Not many people have laughed
It's,
at it.
no, I told
think
my
it's 'cause-
parents. It's just.
I
It's
just
had
good,
to
you
be
have to
there.
be
I
there, and
think
you
it's
have to
had to
know
be
the.
there
It's
moment.
like you have to know the people
Characters.
so well.
I
It's
said,
character
the pe- and the
development.
We've layered it quite well. We've told this story quite well because we've
We've introduced every
implemented it, yeah.
person in this now. I think.
So
haven't we?
Spencer, we walk out of ZigZag, it's 1 a.m. and we're walking towards a taxi rank. Spencer's got a balloon in his hand and he's doing it and he's probably about full. And we walk past this bar and we see the girls from our hotel, like Ness, Nell, Katie, everyone.
All of them
roast
there.
beef.
All of them.
And then we see
Because
roast
obviously
beef.
Spencer was
No.
getting with roast beef. We saw roast beef and went, Spencer, your bird's in there. Your bird's in there.
Yeah.
So
And roast beef was with the club rep. The club
Well, no,
rep
but we
from
didn't.
the-
I didn't
no, it
actually.
wasn't. But they weren't.
She was just.
They
She went to
walked out.
stand up, and then we were like, "Oh, she stood up. She's seen you. Go see her." When I say,
He drops the
and
balloon, the
when I
full
say
balloon.
a director couldn't have even directed it
yeah.
as good
he
as it.
dropped the full balloon, puffed his chest out like that.
Yeah, the balloon's not even just touched the floor.
Yeah,
It's just
he's
going
puffed
off in
his
the
chest
Malia
out,
air.
So,
He steps over the curb, and then we see the club rep and roast beef come together.
It was the way the club rep was just like that.
Oh my god!
and they get with each other. Spencer stops in the middle of the road and was like,
the balloon,
face
the
drops,
balloon's
heartbroken.
just hit the floor.
It's
Just like a little,
the-
and then we just see that, and well, everyone just dies on the floor.
Spencer
It
was
was
just stood in the middle of the road
so
just
funny.
staring
For
at it
about 2
happen and
minutes,
watching it.
he couldn't believe his eyes.
So funny.
And then you two run around. I dropped in the road of the room Mania floor. Zach's on the curb, just like crying.
I started running,
We're
just
crying
pissing
with
myself.
laughter.
That's top 10
We were right
moments of my
next
life.
to like the merry-go-round bit. I just
Yeah.
sit myself on that fucking horse thing. I was like, what the fuck
And
is this?
then we find out actually later in the holiday.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, we were on the train home.
Yeah.
So I'd left you two. We'd all left each
This was-
other to go
I
home.
actually left you as well.
Yeah.
And then I ring Josh and was like, just had a message from Spencer. Do you remember when I was in the pool party that day and I tried to get into the fourth toilet with the aircon and someone was in it? It's roast beef from the club rep. Which just absolutely tops off that story that found out that they were going for that long and Spencer had no clue.
Fourth toilet.
Fourth toilet with the
Fourth
aircon.
toilet. The person we were shagging was roast beef and the club rep.
Unreal.
He's about 40. She's like 20.
No, she wasn't. She was 18.
She was 18. It's so wrong.
No,
in
19,
many,
19.
It's so wrong in many departments.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. But there we go.
That was hilarious.
And then we went
John
60.
shot. John
It was a
shot.
good
Just
night.
reliving that moment is
The
So
funniest
funny.
moment.
It was a good night.
Yeah,
It was
it was.
a phenomenal night.
Yeah, it was.
Matt massively hungover the next morning.
The
though.
Irish girl,
Yeah, the Friday
me and
night
the Irish girl in the club, she was so, oh my god.
Me
Like,
and you spent the night
with
with the girls from our hotel.
Yeah.
You were with the Irish girl, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and who ended up getting with this other guy
He was
because
very-
to be very good looking. He was much more of a
Yes.
sexual icon than myself. He like, you
But
know,
the
I
loan spell I had there was
thought
fantastic.
I was doing okay, but he then like picked her up in this club and was like, "It's game over, mate."
Yeah.
Anyway, the next morning,
Just-
I'm on the phone to my mum, and then this rep comes up to me. You know, this guy who got with the girl, the Irish girl, comes up to me. He's like, "Yeah, so yeah, just come back from the Irish girl's place. Yeah, we shagged, mate. It was phenomenal. I loved it." I was like, "Took my phone to my mum. Sorry about that, mum."
And then we went back to the hotel at about 6 in the morning, didn't we? And we were sat there with a security guard, just
my
chatting to
God.
the security guard at like 6 a.m.
And Zach was there, and we see like Zach and George outside the thing, and he's like,
Yeah, they were just lying on the sunbeds with no sun, just like fucking.
"No, you're right, mate." And he went, "No." He was like, "No, I'm not." He's like, "Oh, why, mate? Why?" And he's like, "Roast beef and Spencer shagging in they're shagging in
Oh
my
yeah, they
bed."
shagged in his bed, didn't they?
And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Oh, so you're not gonna say no?" And it's like, and then George's like, "Yeah, all I can see is just her walking around."
love-
with her
I
And
lips
then George went into one of their other rooms because they had 2 rooms, and then one of their other mates, Ryan, was just snoring his head off.
Yeah,
So,
I love how that happened on the same night we saw her get with the club rep.
phenomenal.
Unreal.
So, you
Great
know,
night.
pause that, and then we were all just sitting out there.
Yeah.
You had a girl, and then, you know, we were just,
Yeah.
that was the most painful experience of my life. At
We-
6 in the
we
morning, we were
waited
just
there.
waiting for you just to
We,
go
but
upstairs.
bearing in mind, if it was any other night, I'd be like, oh, we were up in like 3-4 hours to be kicked out of the thing
Yeah.
because we had to leave the
But
next day.
I don't know how we survived on that final day with 3 hours sleep, by the way. We did really, really well.
And then, yeah, and we were just waiting for you to go and everything. Like, you just weren't going upstairs, and we were like, "Oh, just go upstairs
Yeah, they were
already."
like,
because
they were like,
we-
do you want a house tour?
Yeah, and then with our rooms are so much better than
Fucking hell,
yours.
just fucking
And she was like,
move.
"Oh, everyone come." They're like, "No."
Yeah, do you want to go? Yeah, how's your bathroom, like kitchen? Just fucking move.
And then yeah, and then
and then
we went back.
we didn't end up going upstairs.
No, you two just sat in your room and just
Yeah,
talk. You know,
we
that's why I
didn't.
say we're very lacking in the women department.
Yeah,
And
nothing
then,
happened.
and then that was the holiday done.
Yeah.
Went back on Sunday.
We spent the day watching F1,
Oh, yeah,
didn't we?
we watched
Watched the
F1,
F1
which I haven't watched
in the
since.
Carabao
Yeah,
again.
Which I haven't watched since.
No,
Yeah,
I had 2 hours been away when it's been on
I
my
really
Even
enjoyed
back.
it.
Yeah.
It's good.
I know
It's a really good Russian
I know
GP as
Lando
well.
fucked it massively.
Yeah, nice one.
Don't worry, I
and
know
then
my
Sunday,
stuff.
and then
So
the
then we fly
plane,
home.
jets
Oh,
going,
no.
playing.
The bus journey.
Bus debate.
The bus journey took 2 hours to get.
I'm watching
what
Leeds
should be a
lose to Liverpool at the time as
15-minute
well.
journey
Took
took
fucking
2 hours
ages,
because
yeah.
we stopped every hotel in Malia.
painful.
Ridiculous.
Bearing in mind, you
Painful.
kept trying to keep your charge on your phone so you can
Oh,
show
yeah.
all the fucking
Yeah, documents
passports
and
and
stuff.
stuff.
And then yeah, that
Oh
was
my
us
God.
done.
And that was
really.
us, yeah, and we went home, and then we spent the night in the Travelodge, didn't we? Because we got in at 1 in the morning.
Yeah, got the train
Nice.
back.
Did you travel back and then
Yeah, we went back, and that
here
was
we
it.
are.
And now we're back in Sheffield.
Sheffield, and we'll be back weekly
Producing
podcasts
weekly
again.
podcasts.
Yeah,
Again,
you
we're
can't,
back.
I bet you can't
We
wait
were
for
going to
that.
film this in Malia, but we thought we might as well wait until we got the set.
Yeah.
And we,
It's a nice
and we
one
were
to bring
knackered.
back.
And we were knackered as well.
Exactly.
And as for what we're becoming, we hopefully will have a guest next week.
Yeah. If you've come from the vlog as well, thank you, because the Malia vlog will be going up the day. Hopefully, what day was today?
Friday.
So hopefully Sunday the vlog will go up.
If you would,
Oh,
if you would,
Tuesday the vlog will go
yeah,
up.
whatever guests you would like to see, drop them in the comments.
Yes,
Definitely.
yeah,
So
if
we'd
you've
like to
got
any
know
other
who
ones
you would
lined
like
up.
to. Yeah, we've got something lined up, but who you'd like to see
And we're
come on the
hopefully going to try and get a
podcast.
lot more down in the venue. Now we've got an actual set, so thank you to the furnace as well.
Yeah.
There'll be a clip in here somewhere where we thank the furnace.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's been
What
brilliant.
phenomenal. There we go. That was our Malia holiday.
Great holiday.
The
Phenomenal,
US3
yeah.
Podcast is back, ladies and gentlemen.
is.
Yeah.
Back and
Subscribe,
thriving.
follow the Instagram,
Yeah, follow Instagram, yeah.
follow everything, like the video.
Well, yeah, if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you for watching as per usual.
Yeah.
It's been a great episode.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
Back, baby.
Thank
Back
you for
and where we
watching
are.
and goodbye.